Yes, I was muted. Thank you. Thank you, Ramesh. Yeah, so let me go back again. I was saying hi to everyone. I was saying, Tony, thank you for whatever you just wrote there. But I mean, is that Italian or what? Thank you, Tony. Hello, Sven, Laura, Kevin. Hello, Ramesh, Salman, Topics, Pierre, Sina. Hey, Big Bear. Hola, Alex. Now you can hear me, right? Let now, yeah, now you can hear me, right? Okay, okay. All right. Hello, guys. All right, so let's get started. Today, I'll try to make it fast because I think all of the moves were kind of very obvious. Let's discuss them. Let's discuss what I watch. Let's discuss what you watch, and let's try to cover everything. Let's try to cover everything. All right. So first, hello one, hello Wilson. All right. So first, this was my only trade today. I actually stopped after this one because it went all the way to 315% my last runners. So no need to keep trading today. No need to keep trading. That was my one and done for the day. And it was amazing, and it was amazingly simple. I want to show you here. First, would you like, let me show you what I was watching on the higher time frame. And yesterday it was kind of a bull trap, right? It was kind of a bull trap because we had this breakout, but then today, this morning, we started failing. For me, the really important key level here was 647. So once you start failing 647, I was thinking that you will be back to this channel. Look at this, to this channel here. So that was my higher time frame thesis. So once we open the market, oh, once the market opened, we didn't do anything. It just opened here. So we had this really nice, clean and lean break and retest of the 5 minute opening range. This is the 5 minute opening range, 647.28. So once we started failing here, for me, this was an easy and very obvious move here. So I opened my position right here, actually 647, and my first target was this 646. This 646. So I started trimming here, but look at this reaction. Look at this reaction here, 646. I added this 646, 645, and 644 key levels here, just for you to actually, like start looking at them. So 60%. Yeah, so yeah, today was an incredible day. Today was an incredible day. Um, so, all right. So I was basically just, like looking for the market structure to be intact here. So I added a few circles here, but you can see here, this is the break and retest of the low of the day. This is the break and retest of low of the day and 646. And then we had this nice curve here, retested this 645, and look at this strong rejection of 645, and it went all the way, well, almost to 643. So I actually closed my position, I don't remember, I think on this candle or somewhere around here. No, you know what, yeah, somewhere around here, because I had 640. I don't remember what I had, but something like here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell you guys. 643.62. Yeah, 643.62 was the implied move for the same day expiration. So something like here. Yeah, so when we touch here 642 643.62, I think I just closed my position on this candle. So just as I said, majority of my position went like, I don't know, like above 160 and my last runners were like 300%. So yeah, today was an amazing trade for me. Let me take a look here. Are you having connection issues? Do you think it's on my side? I I actually run uh internet the speed test every time, like a few minutes before going live, and it was working really nice. Going in and out. Well, I don't know, guys. But can you hear me well and look at my screen? I think that's the most important thing. Yes. All right. Okay, well, that was everything that happened on SPY. A few very important things. So, as I told you, my higher time frame thesis was the fail of 647, right? But then I started adding these lines here just to be aware not only of the key levels like the previous day low or the, like the pre-market low, but also for the round numbers. So can you see? I mean, you can't make this up, right? Reaction in 645, reaction in 644. So that's that's pretty much what I do. That's pretty much what I do. Again, I try to sell it to strength, and that's something that you should be doing, right? Unless you have like clear objectives, that's I mean, you can wait for the reaction, but just don't wait too much, all right? Um, all right. It's a bit laggy. Well, all right. Well, let's continue, guys. And if you need just to rewind a bit, that's fine. So this is QQQ. QQQ was kind of similar, right? QQQ was kind of similar. I had this 574 key level here, or maybe this 574.67 here was a bit clearer for everyone. But again, kind of the same idea than SPY. Huge move to the upside, but gap down overnight and back to this area here. So this is the 50-minute chart. If you go to a higher time frame, I mean, if you go to the 1 hour, if you go to the 4 hour, you will see that this area here, it's super crowded, a lot of touches here. So that was my area. That was the area that I was looking for fails, right? So again, once it started just breaking down this key area, I really like this one here, but I already was on SPY, and in my opinion, SPY had like more room to the downside, because look at this. QQQ was had the previous day low like really close. I mean, it went way deeper than the previous day low, but in my opinion, like SPY had more room to run. But it's very similar to what we have on SPY, the break and retest on key levels, then the break and retest on the low of the day, break and retest. Look at this. This is the 571. Yeah, this is the 571. This is the 572. So reaction on the round numbers, reaction on the, like, so the round numbers were support and resistance for today. So again, I don't have too much to explain here, but just I want you to start identifying, like, for example, here, this is 571, right? This is 571. Can you see how well it reacts here? So that's the kind of things that you should be looking for. How do you trade positions instead of selling full? Well, again, I'm always looking to trim like a quarter of my position on the first, on the low of the day, or if I'm super close to low of the day on the first key levels, and then depending on the price action, I just decide how I want to, to manage my position. But today it was super weak, so I decided just to let it run, and it just paid. It just paid. I think it's, I don't know, like based on experience. But again, the break of this 640, well, right here it's 574 for QQQ, or but for SPY, let me go back. Yeah, the break of this 647 was kind of like my starting. Yeah, it was just a race to the downside, right? How did I know? Well, I didn't. I didn't. I was just reacting to the price action. But like you position yourself. I mean, you never know, right? I mean, you need to be fine with market uncertainty, but you position yourself in a way that if you are managing your risk and you are actually looking for good setups, I mean, you are, playing with the probabilities. And if you find your edge on something, if you find your edge on a name or a setup, I mean, you are just positioning yourself, for better probabilities. Uh, uh, uh. Alex, you entered QQQ 954. 954 right here. Break and retest previous day low. Nice. When what was your target here, Alex? Like 570 37, something like that. Under the sea, Mon, what is the best day to expiration contracts to use for QQQ and SPY? Well, it totally depends on your edge. It totally depends on your edge. I do use same day expiration, but because I'm just kind of just looking for the fast plays, right? I mean, I don't stay for hours on my contracts on the indices, so I'm just looking for fast plays. So I use same day expiration, and also it's because I only trade the first 90 minutes of the session. Uh, if you are trading, like around noon or the afternoon, I mean, I wouldn't use same day expiration, right? It's just that needs to come from your edge. So what is your data saying? Like you can manage that volatility, that fast the contract premium moving. So if you can do that, I mean, you choose whatever you want. When I started, I was using like 2 or 3 days out, and it worked really well. But then, I mean, I started working on my edge. I got better identifying these kind of setups, and I started moving the expiration until I mean, right now I just play same day expiration. Same day expiration. Uh, mm, mm, mm. Pierre, you also did 954. Nice. Quick in and out for me. But what was it? 571. All right, 571. That's the target. 571, something like here. Good, 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 good. Nice move. Nice move. All right. Don, today had some of the best setups. Ramesh, baby scalp on Tesla. My God. I mean, Tesla, there's nothing like baby or small moves on Tesla. Today was crazy, right? Let me go to Tesla in a minute. Don, you took something on Tesla also. All right. Under the Simon, sounds good. Got it. Yes, I like fast trades. So it's just, remember, it's not only that you like them, right? I mean, you need to be able to manage your positions with that speed, right? So just, I mean, I don't want to scare you, or I don't want to tell you like, hey, don't take same day expiration or whatever. I mean, you do whatever it's better with your edge. I'm just saying, like, sometimes it takes a lot of effort, or it takes a lot of skills to be in and out of a same day expiration trade. So just make sure that you are comfortable with that speed. All right. um Bishan, how do you set up level like previous day low and 1 minute or 5 minute? Looks nice to have arrow format on right side. Can you please explain how to set up this type of level in trade? All right. So this, my friend, this Bishan, it's a tool. It's an indicator. So if you go to the video description or the channel description, you will find the link for this tool. So basically, what this tool does is it draws automatically the previous day pre-market key levels and the 1 minute and the 5 minute opening range. And also it draws this. This is the daily gap. This is the difference between today's open and previous day close. And you can customize the type of line, color, and even the name of the tag and the position on the chart. So for the ones that already have this tool, you can notice the difference, right? I mean, on the standard version, or just like the default, this tag should be like a few ticks uh, at the right of the last candle, right? But because I'm watching the morning session, I just decided to move it to be closer to what we are watching instead of just going right and left. I just move them closer to what we are watching here. But if I move, I mean, if you take a look to my actual setup for trading, they are right here, right, like close to the last candle. So it's super customizable. Is that a word? I mean, you can customize it as much as you can. I think that's better said. Um, yeah, Juan, I traded Tesla. Okay, let's go to Tesla because let me move forward. All right. AMD. I think the only kind of clear was this break and retest of the pre-market low, and also this pre-market low was super close to what, 166, round number, strike number, side number. So this is a very nice break and retest, strong rejection here, and you can just like aim to different key levels. Again, here, if you miss this break and retest of pre-market low, well, then you have this break and retest. What do you think? 165, round number, close number, side number, strike number. All right. So this is why it's super important to be. I mean, you don't need too many lines. I just have them here to like to make it more visual for you guys. But I'm usually aware of the round numbers. So I'm just watching reaction on here. But if you want to like mark them to be a reference on your chart, you always can do that, right? Again, so after the break and retest of pre-market low, we had this break and retest of low of the day and also 165. And well, later in the day you had more like like these kind of moves. Is it going lower? I don't think so. This 162, it's a different color line, and the reason it's because this is a key level on the daily chart with multiple touches. So this 162, it's a strong It's a strong key level. So it probably bounce from here. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm guessing or something, but I think this is just the bottom of this move. Okay. Um, AMD 165 was also the top of an old gap. Let me go there. 165. How old? This gap. All right. I got you. Yeah, 165.38. Okay. Good eye. Thank you. Thank you, Ramesh. Good eye. Okay, so can you see that if you go to the higher time frame, you can find these areas here? For example, I was just watching. If you can see here, I actually have my alert. I have an alarm for 169. On the higher time frame, I was actually waiting for AMD to break this 169, reclaim this daily 20 SMA, and we have a gap right here. We have a gap right here. After these rejections here, I don't know, like maybe I just lost interest on AMD, at least for some days, until we break 169, or maybe I will have an alert right here, 161. Let's see. Let's see what it breaks first. Let's see what it breaks first. So I'm not interested on trading AMD on this range. Not interested at all. So let's see what happens here. Actually, something like this. Oh. Okay. Something like this. So until we don't break any of these zones here, 169 or 161 to the downside, I'm not interested. I mean, it will it this thing is just, you know, just chilling on this area. So not interested anymore. Look at this. Not interested anymore until we break 161. If we break 161, well, then you have my interest again for the downside, right? Topics. I feel like I'm missing something. I have a solid system, good risk management, and journal backtest, but still not profitable. Could market structure be what I'm missing, or is there something else? Well, I mean, I don't know. That's a super general. That's a super general question. I mean, I will need to know your solid system. And when you say solid system, it's just an opinion, or you have data to back it up. Like, I mean, if you are, like, for example here, right? Like, I mean, for example here, what I what I'm showing you is the break and retest on relevant key levels, right? So the break and retest, it's, I mean, if you have an edge with that strategy, let's take a look, right? I have told you my favorite setup on the break and retest is the break and retest of the previous day high or low. Or for example here, I mean, we are below the previous day low, but we are actually retesting a round number, strike number. So this is the kind of things that you have on your playbook, and you start actually trading every day, right? So you start kind of setting your own rules, your entry criteria, how to set your stop loss, how much you are willing to risk. So all of the confluences, if you need to be aligned with the indices, if you trust the relative strength or the relative weakness of your name. So all these topics needs to be on your playbook. And if you find out that your setup, that your edge is actually working based on data, well, now we can start talking about the other things, right? Like the risk management, how to journal, how to backtest. I mean, we can talk about all of this. Oh, you are on the accelerator. And well, and do you think, okay, and what's your name on the Discord? Well, I mean, don't worry. It's just I want to, take this discussion to the Discord then. But the thing is that if you are, I mean, if you are following, if you are following the a setup that you understand that actually works because you have data, you have back tested, you have forward tested, you have experience using it. I mean, it should be just a matter of being very disciplined to take the same setup and just like be respectful of your own rules, right? Like, I mean, I'm taking like a 20% uh 20% stop loss. All right. uh do you actually take it every time, or you are just like hoping that it comes back? Because if you are not disciplined with your stops, and you are also not disciplined with your like with your managing your position, well, that's another thing. Or if you are just guessing, like, oh well, this is a break and retest, this is a break and retest, but you don't have like a higher time frame thesis, or you are just scalping, that's also like there could be a lot of like factors to for not being profitable. But the first thing that you need to tell me is like, okay, well, Neto, I'm using the break and retest. Okay, which one, right? I mean, okay, the break and retest is the strategy, but what is your setup, right? Is it the break and retest of the previous day high and low? Is it the break and retest of the 5 minute opening range, or the 15-minute range opening range, or the pre-market, or the key levels on the 15-minute chart? So the strategy is the same, but the setup is different, right? So you need to find out which of the setups is the one that works with your personality, that the one that waits for your patience, that the one that actually runs, and like gives you. But you need data to say that, right? I mean, it's not like, oh well, I've been trading 2 weeks with this setup and now I feel comfortable. Well, I mean, 2 weeks is nothing, right? um, I think the name that I have back tested the list is like 18 months, right? So I'm not saying that you need 18 months to to get conviction on your setup. That's what it took for me. But I mean, you might be comfortable with 3 months of back testing. It's just you will be missing some, like some cycles of the market cycle. Uh, so okay, well, I think just you got the idea, right? You got the idea. Let's take this discussion to the accelerator, and I can help you to identify what's going on, and let's try to fix it. All right. Um, Sina, for me, AMD is a no trade zone between 160, 170 and 160 A42. Well, very similar to what I have, right? Very similar to what I have. So I have my alerts 169 and 161. So let's see what happens. Which one breaks first? Hagi, no follow through to puts, by the way. Good. Yeah, puts won today, right? What's up? The M&Ms. M&M is in the house. I don't know what does it mean, eh? Just following the trend. uh, Evans, please, I would like to know your confluences before taking SPY shorts, because the break and retest below the 5 minute opening range. break didn't touch. It did. Look at this. It did. Anyways, I when I'm taking puts, I'm not being like textbook touch and everything. If actually my idea here was the break of this area and the break of this 647. I actually entered right here 647.03 or something like that. So that was more like my confluence, right? Like the break of this area here, retest 5 minute opening range break, and then like this drop right to the key level that I was waiting. Um. Hey Omar, do you use volume or moving averages on your trading? I don't use volume profile. What I use, and not for my entries but for my exits, it's the volume buy price. I love to set it for the day to date, week to date, or even month to date. I use volume buy price for my exits. Like, I mean, when I'm planning my trades, I use that. And the moving averages, I only use the daily 20 SMA, and I don't use it like for my entries. It's more like to create my higher time frame thesis. Uh, hey Dennis, hello from Boston, hello from Houston. Where is it? It's guys, Houston. Oh my gosh! I mean, it's not that hot today. We've got like 94 degrees, something like 35 Celsius. But that burn in your skin, it's like, oh my god! It's and the humidity. I think we got like 85%. Not a good day to come to Houston. Right, Ramesh, is it a break and retest of every and anything? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can say like, oh well, this is a break and retest of 163.50. All right, well, I mean, 163.50 actually means something. If not, like, yeah. So you need, yeah, you need to find out the break and retest over relevant key levels, or uh, something, right? Um, Thank you, Eileen. Yeah, please press the like button for me. Uh, Guys, if you are new in the channel, just subscribe to the channel. We have this trade review Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Well, actually, this next Monday we are not gonna have this exercise because it's a holiday. It's Labor Day, so market is not gonna be open. But any other Monday to Friday, all right? Uh, uh, uh. The Eminem, yeah, it's the latest gangsta. Hey, Carlita, can you check Nvidia? Yes. All right. So AMD, very clear. Let's go to Amazon. Amazon was even clearer. Can you see here? No reaction, or no, no coming back for the 5 minute opening range on Amazon. Amazon, for me, the key level on here was 230. So we had pre-market low on 230.27. So this was a nice break and retest of pre-market low. And by this time, I want to show you here, indices were showing a lot of weakness here. Okay, right here, right here. So yeah, indices were just dropping. So Amazon was showing same direction than the indices. So I like this one right here. Break and retest of pre-market low. break and retest of pre-market low, and then you had this one here, right? Like a second chance, a break and retest of this low of the day, low of the day. Can you see here? It's nothing here. I mean, it's below 230. But well, I think that the most important thing here is that it was the previous low of the day, right? Previous low of the day. It was all the way to this area here. I want to show you this area. Guys, if you can notice, I've been trying to draw areas instead of just lines for you. Don't get used to it. I don't like areas. I like lines. But I've been doing it for you, just to understand what we are trying to do. But can you see here? This is the month. This is the month. So can you see here? So the month, the month, the month, the month, the month. So what do you think is gonna happen here? Probably it's just gonna bounce, right? Probably it's just gonna bounce. If we break 228 right here, I might be interested for more downside, like 226, or even some. This is the daily 20 SMA. So it has been catching up here. It has been catching up here, but maybe, and I'm just saying maybe we just need to catch up. I don't know, maybe around here, 226.67. I like this. This is a daily chart key level, multiple touches on the daily chart. So I don't know, maybe this is what we need. All right, and that's if you are charting Amazon and you have this area here, well, now you know where to aim, right? Where to aim. So you might not enter into short positions right here, because now the risk reward it's probably is not worthy, right? So that was the Amazon place that I was watching here. Let's go to Nvidia. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see a valid entry for Nvidia. So let me go back to the chat, because I want to understand what you tried here. All right. So for example, Hagi took puts, Nvidia puts 949, and 946. All right, 949 here. Well, you were trying like this break and retest of this low of the day. Let's see what's happening on the indices. 949 here. It was the reaction 646.50 SPY, 6 previous day low on there. Well, first Hagi, I think after this drop here, this was just too risky, right? I mean, we went from 178 to 174.50 in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So that's just my opinion. This is not the like the character on Nvidia. So I think this was just kind of like you were chasing here. And the other 956 right here, again, you were chasing here, and the one thing that I don't that I can find on plain sight, it's what were you trying to do? I mean, right here, yeah, well, I understand you were chasing this break and retest of this low of the day, but for example here, you think you were thinking this was like the 84% rule, maybe. uh I think the trades were valid. That's the feedback I'm looking for. Mm-mm. Yeah, but I think the one candle rule, this one here. Yeah, well, I mean, I understand your idea. I just think like this was a hell of a drop, and this is, I don't know. I don't like it too much. But yeah, I get what you tried here. I get what you tried here. To try this one candle rule. Retest here. You said 940. No, you said 946, right? I lost the message. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, 949. Okay, 949 here. All right, like the break, retest, and this reaction here. So you try something like this. Stop loss at the top of this one. The one thing that I don't understand is like, what were you trying to aim? Let's say 173. All right, let's say 173. If you go, let's go to the 1 hour chart here on Nvidia. All right, let's try to look for something on 173 right here. 173. Can you see that there's nothing like too clear here? I mean, maybe these lows here. No, this is a valid. Yeah, this is valid. This is a valid. This is a valid key level. So, well, I mean, I just don't like this drop. I just don't like that. I mean, this was just too much of a drop. I'm trying to enter here. I don't know how to explain, but I mean, if you go back and back test Nvidia, I mean, it never goes like these crazy moves. I mean, it went like almost like 5 points here, and you wanted more drop. I don't know, but I understand what you try here. And then you said 956. All right, and then 956. It was this kind of an 84% rule, kind of a reclaim, and it immediately, you were immediately stopped, right? So the one thing here, the one thing here, Hagi, it's, even if this didn't work for whatever reason, you had a strong risk management, especially if you were taking like same day expiration, because if you enter here and this candle reverse, you are here with like 20% loss or maybe more. The same thing here, because the second candle after your entries, it's like a strong push to the upside. So I just want you to journal. I mean, how well you manage your risk, how well you manage to actually stop. I mean, first, where did you set your stop loss or invalidation level? And second, if you actually went out on these levels, all right? Because I mean, it's clear that this setup didn't work. So I just want you to take the lesson for what you already paid to the market, right? First, if you set, like the fair stop loss or invalidation key levels, and second, if you actually went out on them, or you were just, like hoping to come back, and instead of having like a 15-20% loss, you had like a 40% loss. All right. All right. The 1 p.m. thing, was that DC? 700 subs for next week. Let's go. Okay. Do you always shoot for a 1 to 2? Yes, I'm always I'm always trying to get at least 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. uh, Omar, Tesla is next. Give me 1 second. Jay, you got the same thing as Hagi. Yeah. Nvidia sucks. Well, the one thing about Nvidia is you are back to this range, right? You are back to this range. Uh, yeah, I mean you are back to this range, so you just need. Probably I need to adjust this this area here. As I told you, I've been drawing areas instead of just lines, trying to explain better the higher time frame ideas. But I don't like these areas. I prefer lines. So you better enjoy them before they go forever, right? Okay. So well, that was Nvidia. I think it was just consolidating around this area here, just as we said. It's not going anywhere here, and it's just coming back to this area. Okay, so let's go to Tesla, guys. What I was watching on Tesla. Actually, I wasn't watching anything on Tesla. Oh, sorry, Tesla. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's try to understand Tesla on the higher time frame. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. What's going on with Tesla? Guys, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you, but are you watching this? That's a head and shoulders on the 15-minute, guys. So, I mean, you need to trust that. All right, so okay, this okay, so this is oh, this was the 15-minute chart on Tesla before market open. So okay, so you were kind of just, what is this? Oh, look at this. I had an alert for crossing 350. I think that's the play that everyone has been waiting, right? After just going to this 315 and bouncing back from here, everyone is expecting this break of this 350. For me, this is a bull trap, right? I'm not sure if this is going higher, but look at this. Again, I'm gonna just mention this. I'm not gonna go deeper on this explanation, but if Tesla comes back to this daily 20 SMA, for me that's super bullish. That's super bullish, and this might be the higher low that we need, and this is gonna bounce somewhere around here, 330. So if it comes back to 330, I I just hope that this is the higher low and it's the next leg to the upside. All right. So understanding that we are rejecting 350, can you see? I mean, we actually rejected this 349. 349 rejection started to drop, and this was a very clean break and retest of the 5-minute opening range low and also previous day close. So this is previous day close for you guys that don't have this tool. This dash box here, is the daily gap. This is the difference between today's open right here, 347.22, and previous day close, 346. So you have this break and retest, 5-minute open range low, and this previous day close. huge rejection from here, and then it was just a piece of cake, right? I mean, you just got uh look at this. You just got this drop. I mean, this drop was amazing. And this do you remember that I told you every time, like, for Tesla, there's not such a thing like too much. So this is the kind of drop that you don't see on any other name. But what about Tesla? I mean, you went from 345 to 335 like in 20 minutes or something like that. So that's exactly what I mean with there's nothing like too much in Tesla. So the only two trades that I was watching here is this one, the break and retest of the 5 minute opening range low, the previous day close. This was a nice entry here. Then we had a kind of this pullback, but can you see that this pullback is coming to nowhere? I mean, if you want to force an idea here, if you want to force an idea here, you may say like, oh well, this is kind of just coming for this. This is 345, something like that. But like it even touches here. So I don't like. I mean, I don't like this idea of trying to force something here. And the next thing that it might work is this retest of the previous day low, 340.26, and it took forever. It took forever, but actually, like actually drop a little bit more. So now let me start reading what you did on Tesla, guys. Okay. Okay. Jatin, I sent my psychology question from yesterday in question tab and also sent you a DM. I'll take a look. I'll take a look now, Jatin. I didn't watch your message on my inbox, but I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Just yeah. Thank you for being this patient. I'll reply today. Um, Jay, I mean, let's be real. Doesn't help that I was also feeling more confident that J Dub was seeing the same things, just couldn't get out fast enough. Yeah. So Jay, this is something that I wrote on the Discord a few days ago, and this is real, guys. This is real. You can copy a strategy, but you can't copy a discipline. And with discipline is not just only like, oh well, I'm going out at the same time that my coach. No, 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 no. It's about the discipline of preparation. It's about the discipline of preparing your charts. It's about the discipline of selling according to your plan. It's actually having a plan, right? It's actually the discipline of actually having a plan. So it it's not easy to blind follow a coach, right? Because just as I said, you can copy the strategy, but you can't copy the discipline. So we need to start thinking on the live stream not as a tool to copy trades, but maybe to give you conviction on what you already had for the day. So if you had a plan for Tesla and they are actually taking a trade in Tesla, that's okay. You can follow it because you already had a key level, you already had a plan, you already had like where to exit. But if you are just like jumping to the Zoom call and trying to figure out where they're gonna enter and exit a trade, it's gonna be super hard. And I'm not gonna lie, probably you are just lose money, right? Because just as I said, you can copy a strategy, but you can't copy discipline, and that's what you need for here. Even if your strategy is not that good, if you are disciplined enough, you will succeed. All right. Um, Need to stick to my guns. Yeah, but I mean, Jay, if you have data about your performance on SPY and QQQ, brother, go for them. Go for them. I mean, you don't need to copy what they are doing. Uh, Listen to me. I like to be on the pre-market prep with Jack. I used to like to be on the live stream because I was listening to him on his reasoning about QQQ and SPY, like the context. But I really like to take puts, right? And they were never looking at puts. So once I entered into a position, I was just listening to all of their position about going long, right? So it was a lot of noise for me. So that's when I decided, like, okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna stick to what I know works for me, and I don't care if they are not doing the same thing. Yeah, because I'm trading for me, right? I'm not trading for them. So I started to do that, but it was completely based on data, Jay. Not because you know what, I feel like I like it more the other name. No, no, no. It was just completely based on data. So try to always base your decisions on data, right? Okay. Don, it's holding the 20 EMA now. It's a good bounce. Yeah, actually, that's something that I'm. This is not financial advice, guys. I'm gonna experience share something, but something that I do for my long term portfolio. It's I wait for bounces on the daily 20 SMA, and it works wonders. And I can show you my portfolio since 2 years ago that I started implementing this strategy, and it really worked wonders. Like the bounce or the reclaim of the daily 20 SMA. That's great for the long term portfolio, not for my day trading. All right. Um, Basinga, there was also the call trade after the bottom tail at 947. I I don't know. Okay. Neto, please explain a time where you are wanting more than a one. I mean, I always want more than one to reward. It's just that when I draw my long short position tool, I take it to the 1 to 2 because that's when I start watching for reactions. So sometimes it's like, okay, well, is this 1 to 2 aligned to any key level? Because if it's not, I just, I keep pulling it, right? So, okay, well, let's say that, for example, this trade, first I will try this low of the day, right? Because that's kind of the obvious target. But if you don't have like a strong reaction here and you can start looking for the next one, it's you start pulling it, right? So I don't know how to explain this, dudes, but it's like I'm always wanting more, but I'm trying to be reasonable with my targets, right? Just as I said, for example, on Nvidia, I will never aim for 10 points, right? Because it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Uh, but for Tesla, I mean, it happens every week, right? I mean, every time it moves, it moves really well. So you need to get used to what the name that you are trading does, right? I mean, you need to get to know its personality, it's how it moves, how much it moves every day, how it reacts for news, or how it reacts on every single day, if it moves on Mondays or if it doesn't move on Fridays. So you need to understand the personality of the ticker you are trading, right? Okay. Omar, close of 942 candle. Close of 942 candle here. That's also a very good entry point. That's also a very good entry point. The only thing here is like you are not having like this placement. And let me tell you something, guys. I don't trust the 1 minute. I don't trust the 1 minute opening range. I mean, if you were looking for this, well, now I get your idea, and this was a hell of yeah, this was an amazing entry. It's just like, I mean, I wouldn't consider this like a break and retest because I will be looking for this, the 5 minute opening range or the previous day close, right? It's just, and I'm not saying this is not okay. I'm not saying this is not okay because this was an amazing trade, Omar. It's just like, uh, I don't I don't like the setup of trading based on the break and retest of the 1 minute opening range. That's why I wouldn't take it. Right? I like it more the 5 minute opening range, the 15 minute opening range, or any other key levels like this one. Right? I mean, I like this 5 minute opening range with the previous day close. Right? Um, Jay, total agree. Been doing so well on SPY and QQQ, but today going away from my, yeah, exactly. Neto, you should do a practice live trading stream on your YouTube one of these days. I don't know, guys. Let me think about it. But I'm not super. I would not be super enthusiastic about this. uh, Gee works out. Hi Neto, when do you exit your long term or swing trades close below? Well, that's a very good question. That's a very good question, but not for today. Let's try to stick to the day trading. But I usually go for the pivot highs and lows. Uh, Don, I took both of those Tesla trades 1 minute, but it was risky for sure. Had a tight stop. The second was amazing. Yeah, because it consolidated for 10:30, 1 hour. Neto, why don't you have your own course? What? I don't know. I mean, what do you think is different from what our coaches offer right now? What I'm gonna do, and how many people is here? Well, it's just 40. So what I'm gonna do, guys, and this might be interesting for you. It's I have been a business coach and a business consultant for very long, like more than 10 years, and now I just got my I got certified as a performance coach, and I have been the performance coach on the Traders Lab. That's one of the communities on the Scarface ecosystem, and it has been an amazing journey. It has been an amazing journey, but I still see that there's people that they need, like one-on-one company because they have specific challenges, or like their environment or their routines need some work. And there's also people that they are not part of the community and they still need this, right? So what I'm gonna start doing really soon, it's I'm gonna tell you when, but you will be able to hire a performance coach with me, and I will be able to help you to build, the mindset, the good habits and strong routines to manage your emotions and to actually, trying to give you that push to be consistently profitable trader. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Probably after this weekend, I will have more information about that. If you are interested in that will be great. If you are already on the Traders Lab, try to squeeze everything on the Traders Lab. I mean, I'm already there, right? Like, and I think you guys are doing it right, are doing perfect because you ask the right questions, and I know that there's a lot of you people that are very diligent with with the homeworks, with the exercises and everything, and it's great. I mean, that's great. It's not a one-on-one program, but I mean, Usually every question or every challenge that you face and you share with me, I try to be there with you, providing guidance, and sometimes using your examples on the lessons. That's pretty much, like it's not customized or personalized coaching, but it's really close. So if you are not part of that community, or if you are part of that community and you would like to to be on a one-on-one program, that's something that it's happening really soon, and I would like to to invite you next month on September. You are gonna have a lot of news about that. All right, so let's go. Let's Evan, see, is that something? Is that the kind of answer that you were looking for? uh, you have your own twist on it. Yeah, but I use the break and retest. You know what? The one thing is no, that it's not the same announcement. No. It's a different thing. Actually, this performance coaching, it's a personal thing, right? It's part of my own business. Um, what I was telling you guys. Oh yeah. So as you know, when you are live training, there's for example, if you are following Jack, sometimes we are like 600 or 700 people on the live stream between Discord and Zoom, and obviously he's looking for like for higher time frame ideas, and also he's trying to lock in on longs, right, on calls, right, because it's kind of easier, and if people is actually following you, it's not as fast as a drop on puts. So you have some time to enter into position and to follow the idea and everything, right? So they prefer, and this doesn't mean that they don't do puts, right? This doesn't mean that they don't do puts, but they prefer calls. So the one thing is that according to my personality and my data, I'm way better taking puts than taking calls. I mean, at least on the numbers, right? I mean, sometimes I have better win rate on calls than in puts, but on the risk reward, it's I mean, just like today, right? Like I had my runners were like 315%. Uh, so that's something that I never get on calls, because the way I think about it, it's just different. So yes, I mean, it's the same thing with my own tweaks. But I don't think it's like something like super different. Actually, most of the things that I know about the break and retest, I just learned from Tony and Jack, and I'm super grateful for them, because I used to be a breakout trader, and when I found them, everything changed for me. So I'm super grateful. My wife and my family, they are all super grateful with these coaches, because even when I was profitable before them, now I found consistency, and my risk tolerance is different, and the way I trade as a whole, it's just different. I mean, now I'm just trading for 1 or 2 hours, and it's simpler. I don't get so stressed. My preparation is easier. So there's a lot of things that I'm super uh, grateful for my coaches. So yeah, no need to do something different. That's why I'm super happy being part of both the communities, because I can share my own, my own ideas, my own experience and everything, and it's just adding up to what they offer. Um, you are easier to understand because you talk slower and explain in more detail. uh, Probably, yeah. You know what? I mean, that's something. For being honest, I sometimes feel like the bridge between our coaches, that they go to their trades with a like a second. second nature. It sometimes they do stuff like by instinct, and I try to, to identify what are the things that they are, like taking for granted, and they don't explain. So I try to explain to you. So sometimes I feel like that I'm the translator between the rock stars and the beginners. And yeah, thank you for feeling that. Yeah, let's fill that market with performance coaching. All right. Okay, guys. So let's go to the next one. Microsoft. I didn't draw any long short position tool, but can you see here? It's a nice break and retest of the pre-market low. Nice break and retest of the 5 minute opening range low of the day, and a few drops. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. This is the break and retest of the 5 minute opening range low on Palantir, and I was aiming here 155. Can you see? This is something that I want to explain, like and or I try to explain every time, because when I draw this long short position tool, it's not a random, it's not a random position here. It's like, okay, well, if I will enter on here, what will be my real target? And just as here, for example, here it's 155. For real, that will be my target. That will be my target. It's a 1 to 3 risk reward that I will be very comfortable holding my position here. Actually, after this drop, I will maybe, like move my stop loss, something that probably break even on the contracts. So this is the kind of play that I like to explain, right? Like it's not just like, oh well, this is the previous day low, guys. So if I mean, let's try to think what happened if we get the previous. Well, I mean, yes, this will be amazing, but I think the like the a reasonable target will be 155, and it's a 1 to 3 reward. So I think this is part of the things that I do different to our coaches, right? All right. What is this? Apple, guys. For being honest, I just don't like to, to try Apple. What is this? This is the 5 minute opening range. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I might like this break and retest of the 5 minute opening range low, but it was just at noon. So nothing here. Google, nothing here. Meta, well, Meta was, like also dropping, right? And look at this. This is the kind of examples that I was telling you a few minutes ago. So when you have this kind of drop and you don't go back to your key levels, to your intraday key levels, like the 5 minute opening range or the pre-market low, I'm starting to look into, for example, here 742. What is 742? Probably 742 is nothing, right? But 742.50, it's the strike number. Yeah, sorry, this was here. 742.50, it's the strike number. So would I be interested in something like this? Probably yes. Probably yes. And also look at this. It makes sense because it's the first support, then turn resistance, and the rejection here, right? Again, here, what I will be interested here? Well, obviously first, low of the day, right? Look at this. Low of the day, it's a 1 to 2.2 risk reward rate to trade. That's amazing. But that will not be my target. I will be more interested maybe 730, 750. Why 730, 750? Strike number, right? So that's the kind of things that I'm trying to look for, right? Or what about 738? Like, you start looking at the round numbers to watch for the reaction. So for example, here, now you understand that buyers are right here, 738, right? So if you have another break of this, well, you start selling here. You start selling here because you already found out that buyers are right here, 738. Can you see? So this is the kind of things that I like to explain, right? Yeah, not much range most of the time. All right. And that's it, guys. That's it. That's the end of the charts for today. Don't trust Apple. No, don't. I don't love Apple. I love Apple. I love Apple products, but not Apple for trading. Um, and you know what? I don't have any Apple shares on my long-term portfolio. I got rid of them, like, I think last year. Okay, hello. You know what? I have been waiting a lot. I have been listening a lot about this. I don't even know what is this. I, yeah, I don't even know what is this, but I think it's about to explode. Or not. This is an IPO. Yeah. What are my thoughts? I don't know. I will need to take a look to it because I never heard about it. Well, I have heard about it, but I never watch it. So let me take a look on Tuesday. We can just like discuss this, right? Um, Thank you. You're very welcome. Very welcome, guys. Have a nice long weekend. Please take care of you. If you are going out of town, safe travels. Don't drink and drive. Thank you very much. Have some rest, but also don't forget about your journals. You need to get your journals ready before leaving for the long weekend. Remember that. If you already paid for the lesson, you better take the lesson, all right? Taco weekend, probably. All right. So thank you very much, guys. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week. Bye.